to take it up and go further till the end. Because there is a famous poem, all of us might have read, sometime in your school days. It's by Ulysses, a famous poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. All of us have read. The last line is said, to seek, to find, and not to yield. To look, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Till once you have taken, look, I have to complete this house, or I will have to get this done, or I will have to sort of, the come what may, I will have to go. You should not leave it at that, because you're determined and you've taken a decision after long, otherwise you would not have put in so much of efforts. You should not give up, because see, sometimes giving up a mission is easier than to pursue that mission, but that should not happen. This is where most of the people fail, because in the sense, you go try to take a easy path. You got some interest in some particular subject. For instance, geology is a very good subject, because people may not be pursuing that, because not hardly few geologists are there in this entire country. But people will say, geology, what you will do, you will not get a job. Better go for computer science or some data analysis, because somehow you will get a job, some decent money, and you will pursue the thing and all. You compromise on that. So what happens is you are missing an opportunity in this life to pursue your passion. What are the questions asked by everyone? Why I am not able to pursue my passion? Is it God is not allowing me to pursue my passion? God has given everything to you. He's talking to you every moment. He is sort of giving you help every moment. But you are not able to take it. You are not able to pursue with the full-fledged attention and the steadfast desire to pursue that. This is one of the examples that is given here, even taken that, because even someone asks, what you will do. Because by doing that, you will not get anything. Because see, people will dissuade you, with so many things, ask you to take a easy option. The life, if we see back our life, if we had taken the easier options, we would have never enjoyed. If we have taken a tough action, because when everything is going wrong in the organization, see, it may happen. You are in a situation where everything is, you want so many things are to be corrected in the organization. You got a particular way of looking at the thing, attitude, but people around you are not like that. Still, you stand your ground. You will win. Eventually, you will win. If not win in the sense, not you don't have to show the results and all. The satisfaction what you have when you go with a clear consciousness, to your bed and get a full night's sleep, that is the highest sort of bliss. You don't have to bother about so many people, because the entire organization, the attitude will be different, approach will be different. What we have thought and what we have worked, what we have accumulated, the value system would have been different. We have seen in all these cases, because suddenly a new chairman comes or a new person comes, he has got his own attitude. He wants this to be done, that to be done and all. You try to, because he will try to use his power and all those things to persuade you and all. How you are able to, whether you are made of a sterner stuff or whether you are a straw, you will come to know when you are able to withstand such a thing. This has happened in all our life. But when such a difficulty has come, when we have come over that, you just recollect and imagine the satisfaction what you had. That is unparalleled. Even when you got something, which came on a platter, just like that, you would have just got at that moment the happiness. But you would not be so happier as you have encountered something very difficult and you got that. This is exactly what Nachiketa is introducing. He says, Na anya varaha tulya etasya kaschit. Never. There will not be anything equal to this. I want only this. Who is asking? He's a 7-year-old. He has got such a steadfastness, titiksha. Hold on to this, what he has pursued. He doesn't want anything else. And now, because he's also, by seeing this sort of, the equanimity and holding on to this, Yama is perplexed. How to dissuade him to do this, because this is something he doesn't want to give so easily. Not only that, it has got a two purpose. One needs to try to find, we'll be seeing, because I just got one small instance, which possibly we'll be seeing in another Upanishad, which will be following this Upanishad. There is an Upanishad called Satprashna Upanishad. In the Satprashna Upanishad, there are 6 great rishis. They want to get certain understanding, they approach, Piplada. Piplada is another great rishi. He is supposed to have been so widely respected. They wanted to get the knowledge from him. When they all go to him, Piplada, in fact, I have narrated sometime earlier also, the Piplada asked them, yes, you will have to wait for 1 year. For 1 year, normally what happens is, you want to test the student, whether he is capable of understanding or not. Not only that. Here, Piplada wants his disciple to know whether it is the same, whether the same respect are they going to have even after 1 year for the guru. Because, you think, this man knows everything, but finally going near to him, you find, he is nothing but a blob. He has only all makeup, because here nowadays only propaganda goes, when someone has to be sort of elevated, all other people around him says he's like that, he's a Spider-Man, he's a Superman, and he capable, he doesn't sleep, all those things. You go with that particular image. But when you go near him, you will find how hollow he is. Here Yama tries both. Not only that, since he is asking such an important question, which is subtlest of the subtle, Anutatva, he thinks, he should doubly, ensure that it is only the Yama from whom he can get the knowledge. Otherwise, he can't part with the knowledge. If he takes in a casual, look, I went there, he gave the knowledge, means knowledge will not have any value. And you will not be fully prepared to take, your intake capacity is very less. To get the full knowledge, he is testing him to the hilt, driving him to the point so that he gives up. But he doesn't give up. And that is why now he wants to find out. At the same time, he also finds out, he should also understand what type of knowledge he is going to get from Yama. He should also be fully convinced. On one hand, the Sishya is being tested. On the other hand, he is asking the Sishya to test the Guru also. Whether he is the same person whom he is thinking, from whom this knowledge will be available. In Satprashna Upanishad, we will see the same thing. This Guru says his Sishya, after wait for 1 year, tadantaram pruchyate prashnaha. See, after 1 year, you ask me the question. If you are still convinced I am such a capable Guru as you had the respect 1 year earlier, if you maintain the same respect, then you ask me. He asks Sishya to be doubly convinced and he is a Guru who is capable of giving it. Here also the purpose is that. Here, once you have a name, you will not like anyone to be questioning your veracity, your capacity and all. I am so well known, who can ask me and all. That is the human attitude. Here he brings into the Vidya Vinaya Sampanna, even if a Guru wants the Sishya to test him to know whether he is the appropriate Guru from whom he can get the knowledge. At the same time, Sishya also gets tested, because whether we can withstand all those, the trials and tribulations, whether he can get that. This is, and there also in the Satprashna Upanishad, we will see the Guru is so great. When he asked the question, I am reminded of one incident. With that, I will try to close today's session. He says that, Piplada says, Yati Jnayetam Vrinishva. If I know that, I will tell you the answer. Piplada is so well-renowned Rishi. He tells this Sishya, Yati Jnayetam Vrinishva, because I will tell you. Otherwise, I will not be able to tell you. But if I know that, if your question is known. See, I went to one particular talk. I was very fortunate to attend the talk. It was a talk by a Nobel laureate of 1994 chemistry. He is the Nobel laureate. He is a British scientist. He has come to New Delhi. I happened to be in Delhi at that point of time. There was a meeting they had organized by the Delhi University and there is one more forum for scientific thoughts, with the philosophical approach. Scientific thoughts with the philosophical approach. There was so they have invited this particular the Nobel laureate who has come from some conference in Delhi. So the evening they had a session. So since I happened to be there in the same location, it was very difficult, to get into that. And I happened to be there in the same location. I knew someone and he had taken me there. So I went there and this Nobel laureate, everyone asked him, because the questions they were asking and all. What do you think, which enables the people, to Nobel laureate is incidentally he got the Nobel laureate. He is otherwise well-renowned scientist himself. What makes people to reach such heights, when they become so well-renowned, whether Nobel laureate or not? He said, look, I don't think such a great thing and all. I am a student, I studied in the normal way only. I only understand three things. One is human being capable of having nonsense, common sense, and uncommon sense. I presume it is the uncommon sense which makes people to get into the depth of the entire subject and get into that. Nonsense, because when you don't know about anything, you can talk anything, because like a politician, even they will say, because we know, they will a sort of advisor to a scientific advisor may be removed overnight because he was not giving the right answer, what he asked for and what they want. He might have given the right answer, but that is not the answer, which suits the political outfit. They might not have done that. That is, nonsense, because this fellow has not understood. He is such a high level, because why you should be bothered, So when these science, common sense is the one, which we are trying to say the practical benefit which we get to know every day life. You have to be practical when you say our own children. In the sense, try to understand. Don't get into too much into the details and all. Whatever is immediately required for you, if it is available, go by that. That is common sense. The uncommon sense one is you try to find what others see into those things. See, same rainbow, everything was seen by everyone. Finally, C.V. Raman came with that, his spectrum theory, how, the light is being, through the spectrum, it is Raman theory, what came about. He also, by research, he found out, but all of us have been seeing it for years. But they are able to see what is not seen by others. That is the uncommon sense. So it is, he only said, he described in a very, very simple language, but it is a very detailed, complex for us to understand. The nonsense is when you don't understand, avidya, ignorance, you can go about it. Common sense is your immediate purpose is served, your comfort is being taken care of. You don't have to bother, what you want immediately so that you are not troubled, you are not put into trouble. That is common sense. By common sense, we mean that. Uncommon sense is trying to see what no one else could see. This is exactly with that such uncommon sense. Nachiketa wants to get into that. This is exactly Yama also says. This is exactly Pipalada, will say, in Satprashna Upanishad. When he is such a great rishi, he will say, if I know some answers to your question, I will be able to tell. If I don't know, I will not be able to. That is the Vidya Vinaya Sampanna at the level. He is one of the greatest rishis. This shows how humility has to be accompanied at every level, when you grow, as well, how you have to steadfastly hold on what you are trying to achieve. And then you have to stand the test. Whatever difficulty you may, don't give it up. Titiksha. Go drink deep to the lees. That's what the Ulysses also says. Drink deep to the lees in the sense, whatever it may happen, you take everything, take it in your stride, don't give it up. That same poem says like that. This great concept has been brought into these two mantras by the Kathopanishad. This is the Nachiketas reply. He doesn't give it up. He is a sort of a, you can't take it, you can't brush aside that. That's what he has given the indication. Yama is trying to get full of awe and admiration for this 7-year-old boy. He proceeds further. We will see in the next session. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahaihi, tejasvina vatitamastu ma vishvidavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We will have a small meditation. Today we have taken a Vishnu Suktam. Vishnu Suktam is normally recited during all the Tirumanjanams as well as the pujas. But it is one of the important Suktam recited everywhere, irrespective of the philosophy or anything like that, that we should know. And it gives the same concept as to what is the Vishnu Tattva, because he is occupying every part of, every inch, every anu. The Anu Tattva, what we talked about. Dharmo Dharma Viduttamaha with the Sahasranamam says the same thing that we will see in this meditation. Now we'll go to the meditation state.